we're at Clay Pigeon for round 2 of access karting.
Yeah, you heard Tyler. Round 2 of access karting, and I apologise for not doing access karting round 1, but I was in hospital following the crash, so it was a bit iffy for that rest of the month. But unfortunately, I had to use my practice engine for the first 2 heats because my race engine blew up. So you'll see two practice sessions, and both the heat 3 and final. So let's get into the video. To improve the quality of the video, I'll show you some of the interesting practices and not the boring ones like the one in the intro, because I was just being held up in the first one. But this one, we had a battle, and it was just amazing. Like, as my dad said, borderline. Here we go. In this practice, we started at the back, so you'll see a lot more overtakes as we carve through the field whilst still battling perfectly, but you'll see a lot more overtakes in this one than you will practice 2. But the battling is 10 times better in practice 2 than practice 1. We come out behind Charlie with Tyler just behind us and Leonardo just up ahead. Now Leonardo also runs a channel called LP Racing. I'll go check it out and subscribe above you, but it's up to you if you want to carry on watching the better video. Into the hairpin, Charlie's on the inside as we also overtake a back marker, which leaves Leonardo out to dry, giving me space to cut in and get the overtake along with Charlie. For the rest of this lap and the majority of next lap, I'm on Charlie's bumper until about here, where I'm able to cut back on him coming into the final corner and get past him on the final corner, but for some reason he ends up braking there, but that's probably from past experiences from the Mason Cup. For some odd reason I end up ducking down here in a stupid way, but it doesn't work because of the waft that Leonardo and Charlie get, so they're able to freight train me coming into the first corner, but I can get back on Leonardo because he has gone wide, and Charlie gives him a little bit of a sorry because I think he might have bumped him, but I'm not entirely sure. For the rest of the lap and part of next lap, I am close to Charlie until the exact same corner where I can get alongside him using the bump that Leonardo gave me and get past him coming into the hairpin. At this point, we don't really see Charlie and Leonardo anymore because I just get away from him and we start carving through back markers like this 82 coming into the first corner. And this 95 coming into the hairpin. And from the power of speeding up, and it was 50 times speed, I was able to catch up to the rest of the pack, and unfortunately I was only able to get past 1 before the end of the session, which I'll show you right now. And that right there was the end of practice 1, and now I'll show you the epic battle we had in practice 2. Now this is some sort of racing you're going to want to watch. I usher the 50 backwards so I can get to Charlie because he's fast and I'll be able to keep up with him and learn from him. And Leonardo is just behind me, joining our little 3-way battle that we're going to have throughout this practice session. From here it was just catching up to Charlie with Leonardo, with him giving me a couple sniffs down my inside, but I'm able to hold him off and we catch up to Charlie just about now. Coming into the hairpin, I'm able to get alongside of Charlie and get down the inside of him and get ahead and into the lead of our 3-way battle. I'm just going to skip on a bit so I won't bore you, but coming into the first corner I get a little bit wide out on the exit, which you can't really do if you want to be fast at the circuit, which allows Charlie to get just alongside me and come past me coming into the chicane. Coming into the final corner, Leonardo goes for a lunge on Charlie, which ushers him wide, giving me the opportunity to get alongside Charlie. But due to the bump that Charlie gives Leonardo and the sheer waft that Leonardo gives Charlie, limits me to only being able to overtake Charlie down the inside into turn 1 rather than the both of them. Not too long later I get past Leonardo into the hairpin, but coming into the horseshoe, Leonardo is able to get back alongside me and keep his position coming into the final corner. The battling settles down a bit with Charlie just behind me and me behind Leonardo, until about here where we can see me getting past Leonardo coming into the hairpin, and I'm able to keep that position until the end of the session, giving me the win at the battle. That was the end of practice 2, and now we can get on to the heats where we had some brilliant racing. Moving on to heat 4, which is my heat 3, I'm starting beside Charlie in 14th with the 84 in front of me and the 95 just beside me. Green flag is gone, and then we bow down to the first corner, and we can see a little bit of spins. Well, you can barely see because we're not allowed rear facing cameras, but there was a huge crash behind us which puts us up a few places coming into the hairpin. Coming out the horseshoe, I'm able to follow Charlie and get past the 95 safely. Coming out of turn 1, I'm able to get alongside the 81 and get past him coming into the chicane. I wanted him to work with me, which he definitely complied to, and I was very grateful for what he had done. Now this would be one of the only overtakes you can see from the 360 camera, but I was able to go around the outside of the 82, which unfortunately was a back marker, so I didn't end up gaining a place there. Coming into the hairpin, I'm able to get alongside Jack and get past him, but as you can see in the front, you can see the M plate stick his hand up. Now what happened is that he had gone on top of Sam, and they have had a little crash together, but everything was fine after that, thankfully. That right there was my last overtake of the race, securing me P5, which I'm very happy about considering I started 14th and made up 9 places. Riley comes by and gives me a thumb of approval whilst Evan sneaks in behind and offers a fist bump, which I comply to, but during that I almost shove him onto the grass. Moving on to the final, I qualified P6 next to the M plate with Riley and Charlie just in front of me. Unfortunately, the final was delayed due to a torrential downpour that occurred just earlier, which caused the 100 UKs to have to cut their race in half. As we go green, the 84 is able to just get ahead of me coming into the first corner and get on the inside, which cost me a place, and Evan is able to have a sniff up my inside as well, but isn't able to get past me as Riley ends up going wide. But it seemed Riley was just behind me as he was able to get up along the inside, and so did Fred, but Fred wasn't able to get fully past me. I do apologise for this race being so boring, but it was mainly just me trying to keep the car at hold, and the camera ended up facing backwards, so I can't really describe anything there. But coming into the final corner, Fred gets a better exit than me, and the smallest gap he's able to pit me by. It was 0.003 seconds. But it was a brilliant race. He stayed behind me, and we were able to try and catch Charlie, but couldn't quite get past him until the end. Overall, I'm really happy with this race, and considering the fact that I was in the hospital recently, and now I finished 8th here, and now I'm 7th in the championship, which is joint with the 84 for 7th and 8th. I'd also like to thank all my sponsors for helping me make this racing career possible. Thank you to Prosper Protect Limited, Beechwood MOT and Service Centre, TA Grange, Vivien Horder Estate, and finally Domonic Teversham Building and Groundworks, and last but not least, my dad for mechanicking when I need it most. Thank you ever so much for bearing with me, and I'll see you guys at round 3 for Access Karting's GX UK at the Welsh Hills in Glanny Gores.